One thing that I notice time and time again when I deal with home buyers, whether it is a first-time home buyer or a repeat home buyer, is people's inability to accurately depict what their monthly payment's going to be on the home they're dreaming of getting. Or worse yet, they inaccurately depict what that number is or could be. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you using Zillow's own calculator tool probably what's going to be the closest you could get to estimating what your mortgage payment could be when doing it prior to speaking to a loan officer. So let me bring it up on screen. Today's topic is how to estimate your New York mortgage the right way. And I emphasize the word right way because a lot of people leave out very important information when they're trying to factor what their mortgage could be. Now, obviously, the right way to do it would be to come in contact with me and say, hey, Charles, guess what? I'm interested in purchasing a property and I'm hoping you can help me with it. Oh, by the way, I also need a home loan. Could you help me with that too? Which, of course, both answers are yes. I can help you with both because I'm licensed as both a real estate professional and a home loan officer right here in the New York City and Long Island area. Now, with that being said, let's get right into the meat and potatoes of determining what your monthly mortgage could be before you officially sit down with a home loan officer. Now, if you look at my screen, you see my mug. Also, I'm going to display a ticker at the bottom, which just appeared, that gives you access to my calendar. If you'd like a free 30-minute phone, no obligation conversation with me, feel free to go to that link and it will provide you with days and times you can choose from. And I'll be happy to have that free one-on-one private conversation with you. Now, what you also see on the screen is a sample property. Let me bring that property up for you. This is going to be the pretend property that we are going to use for the purposes of estimating what our monthly payment is going to be. And most importantly, I'm going to show you how to put it all together so you can get as close to it as possible and kind of determine whether something like this could be quote unquote affordable, because we all know that Long Island and New York, far from the word affordable, but for the sake of us living where we are, we're going to say affordable. So before I go any further, I do want to say that this property is not a listing of my own, but is located way out east on the island and is courtesy of, pardon if I pronounce this incorrectly, Yuan Zhang and Kenneth Moore. And that's their contact information. Should it still be available at the time, you can certainly reach out to them for this particular property. Now, as we can see on this particular property, we're noticing a couple of things. Number one, we have $599,000 purchase price. Number two, it's 3 beds and 2 baths. We're imagining this is the property that you're most interested in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take $599,000 and we're going to discuss how that breaks things down. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our mortgage calculator. This is the mortgage calculator. Look on screen. This is from Zillow.com itself. Zillow.com/mortgage-calculator. And we're going to do some very simple number pushing here. Now, again, I want to emphasize one thing with you very carefully. This is an estimate. However, it's going to be far more accurate than anything else you can come across, whether it's a calculator on another website or your own home, or doing it at home rather with your own calculator on your phone, or just you guesstimating as to what it could possibly be, or worse yet, taking what the home website itself tells you what the monthly payment is. Forget all that. We're going to dive into exactly what it is you should do, short of going to a home loan officer rather. So let's dig in. Number one, we've established that the price is $599,000. So for this, we're just going to put in $599,000. Now, our down payment can either be a dollar amount or a percentage. Now, when we're talking about percentages, we're talking about typical 5% or 3% or 10%, 20%. Here's a bonus tip for you. One piece of information you need to know. 20% is not the default and is not what's expected of everybody when it comes to purchasing a property. Depending on the type of loan you're going for, which you can call me about to discuss further, depending on the type of loan that you're talking about getting or being offered to you, it could be as low as 3.5 or even 3% down, and as much as, well, the sky's the limit. 50% if you want, 20%, 15%, 5%, 10%, whatever's good for you. But anyway, focusing back on this calculator, I've already pre-input the $599,000, and let's pretend we're doing 5% down, which amounts to $29,950. I put a local zip code for Long Island, and we're choosing a 30-year fixed loan. Now, funny thing, Zillow input this interest rate automatically. I did not put this number, but you'll notice one thing in particular. If you change the down payment amount to say 10%, it adjusts. But let's make it 15%. Still, okay, 20%. It's dropped slightly. So what this is saying is that Zillow is predicting that the amount down that you put is going to affect what your actual interest rate is going to be, and that's going to affect what your monthly payment is going to be, the interest rate, of course. So it is true that in many cases, the more you put down, the more favorable the interest rate is. I guess the bank is looking at there being less risk because you're putting more down. So they reward you as such with a better interest rate. Let's go back to what we were doing. So that being said, we see everything on there on screen. Now, $3,783, as you can see here, is the payment for 30 years at a 6.993%. And again, don't take this interest rate as gospel, so to speak, when you're putting 5% down on a $599,000 property. Now, it doesn't end there. We're going to scroll down a little bit here, and we see some other options. Include PMI. What is PMI? PMI is private mortgage insurance. Mortgage insurance is required primarily for borrowers on a conventional loan with a down payment of less than 20% of the home's purchase price. It protects the bank against some or most of the losses that can occur when you, the buyer, defaults or fails to pay back on a mortgage loan. Contact your lender for more details. So what that means is, pretty simply put this, if you're putting down less than 20% on a conventional loan, you're going to be responsible for something called PMI, private mortgage insurance. And that it will be, not can be, it will be an additional amount you have to pay every month. So this is why mortgage calculators can be a little tricky, because most people are not factoring this in. There is a check mark here. I'm going to select the check mark. Let's go back to it. I'm going to select the check mark, and it's going to factor in $360 a month for PMI, which unfortunately is not outlandish. Our payment is now $41.44 a month. We are also going to include taxes and insurance. So if we click on property taxes here, it says that this amount, the VA calculator estimate property taxes, the value represents annual. Okay, annual taxes. So we got to take this number divided by 12. So the average property taxes on Long Island, in this case, Suffolk County, is probably about $1,000 a month, give or take. So I'm going to put 12,000 there. And I'm going to click on this, and look what just happened. The taxes just added $1,000 a month on taxes, making your payment now $53.44. But we're not done yet. We still have to enter homeowners insurance. But before we do that, and I tell you what homeowners insurance is, there is an area down here called HOA dues. Now, here in New York, that is Long Island, New York City, HOAs really don't exist. HOA is the acronym for Homeowners Association. Some people use it as a phrase to kind of say the amounts that are due. That's not the case. An HOA is an actual thing. It is a community of homes that are grouped together that pool money together for the purposes of upkeep and groundskeeping. And if there's a park involved, maintain the park and paying for snow shoveling and things of that nature. Now, I've only seen one in 14 years. I've only seen one HOA on Long Island. Probably not going to see more than that. But in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to leave it alone. Let me go back to the screen. We're not going to enter anything there. However, homeowners insurance, we certainly will. And homeowners insurance can be as much as $200 a month, which amounts to $2,400 a year. So now you can see property taxes are factored at $1,000 a month because of $12,000 a year in property taxes. PMI, which is a automatically entered number by way of Zillow, which could be more or less, but 360 unfortunately feels about right. And then homeowners insurance of $200 per month. When you factor those numbers in and include the purchase price and your 5% down payment at this interest rate right here, you're looking at a payment of approximately $5,344 a month. Yes, it is heavy. No, New York is not exactly the most affordable place in the world. But what I can tell you is that at least you can use this tool to prepare yourself ahead of time and actually get an understanding of A, what a monthly payment can look like on a property at a price that you're looking at, and B, whether or not it is, well, attainable or even reasonable for you, which I dare say $6,000 a month is probably not deemed reasonable, but it's a consideration. Now, when you speak to me or I speak to you about this process, I'm going to go over with you what the bank is going to decide is affordable, because that's the next step, understanding that element. And on screen, you're going to see very soon another video that will take you through exactly that, me discussing how the bank essentially works and the interest rates as well. Now, before I go, there is a download I'd like to share with you for free, completely for free, that is related to this. Give me a second. I'm going to punch it up on screen here. And it is questions to ask when buying a home. This is a free guide that I offer to you. The link is in the description. Just click on it, fill out the basic information, and you'll receive an instant email download with my guide, and it will serve you great. And again, if you're looking for any assistance in purchasing, selling, mortgages, refinancing, etc., my information is on screen. Thank you for being a watcher, and I look very forward to seeing you in my next video.